Hey guys, Trevor here. This is possibly going to be my last episode of Weekly Catch Up Out and About with Trev for the year. A mate and his girlfriend and a couple other people are doing a trip up north, and they're going to be in a bit of a big vehicle. And I mentioned that I've got a truck driving license, and they asked if I could help them out because they need someone to sort of share some of the driving. So, Australia's a big place and a big country. So I didn't have much up my sleeve for next week, the week after, things like that. So it's a great time to head away. So I thought, well, I should put something up. So what I thought was, I'm currently just sorting out everything. I've got to pack up a bit of stuff and take some gear with me. I'm going to take my filming gear with me, so I'm going to do some filming on our road trip, and I hope to feature that in an upcoming episode. It may be next week. It may be in 2 or 3 weeks' time. I don't know yet. Depends on what sort of internet access I can get out and about. It's one thing to access some Wi-Fi and check Facebook or social network things like that. Put some photos up. But with the files that I'm throwing around there, 4, 5, 7, 8 gig sometimes, you probably don't need to do that on a Wi-Fi on the side of the road somewhere. So I'm not exactly sure. Like I say, I'm getting ready. I'm loading up some gear. Got some. Sometimes the universe works against you, and sometimes it falls in a line. I had a new camera in order for a while. Previously, I've had a little Nikon AW1110 camera, and it was a great little kit, and I used it on a snow hike and things like that. I've done some underwater stuff just in rivers and that, and it's been brilliant. But it actually fell from about 10 metres recently onto concrete, and it hasn't been the same. It doesn't work. So I had to order a new one of them, and I was waiting on some money to be transferred and things like that. So Friday night, when my friends asked, would I be able to come along and help me out with doing some driving and what have you, the really only sort of bad thought I had was, damn, I wish I had my new camera. The next day, Saturday or yesterday, I turned the computer on, checked the email, and there's an email there saying, hey, look, all ready to go, come pick your camera up. So I've got brand new little Nikon, this is a W300, and going to give that a run. Does some pretty cool stuff, got lots of tricked up gear, it's got built-in GPS. People might wonder, why do you want GPS in a camera? Well, especially if you're traveling around, I think it's great. You can stamp your location into your on your photos. It'll also bring up a compass, and again, I've got a proper compass. I've got a proper GPS for navigation, but it can be handy. So I've got this. It's going to be a great trip. There's a few of us going, and looking forward. I've been up to Brisbane a couple of times. I was up there for the 13th Australian Scout Jamboree in end of '82 and across into '83. So that was years ago. I was only 14 at the time. And in terms of like when I was in my van, I did travel up there in 2010. Was up there for a couple of weeks. So it's going to be interesting. Not exactly sure what we're going to do. Got no real plans. They got some ideas, I think. Take the laptop. I've got some videos I need to crunch. Bit of work to do. I've been pretty wrapped with some of the gear I've been able to put together, and where that's all going. I'm now getting into some corporate work, and I've got some things locked in for next year already. So, I'm taking those first steps into the direction I want to go. So, which is really exciting and fun. So. And I appreciate everyone that's come through and had a look at my channel. I'm not there to have, I'm not trying to be, the biggest person on YouTube. That's not what I'm about. What I'm about is somewhere for me to play. I'm about to work on, while I'm away, I'm going to work on a proper show reel. I've got some really cool stuff you haven't seen. Some of the corporate stuff I've worked on. We've got low light stuff in, nightclubs and things like that. We've got some other stuff that's just crazy, and it's going to really showcase what I can do. And ultimately, being behind the camera is what I want to do. I'm really worked out. That's where my skill set really lies, and and that's what I really want to do. But I also enjoy the YouTube channel, so there you go. But I'm going to do. There's a couple of things while I'm away I'm going to play with. But yeah, I'm not sure when I'll get the next one will be up. What I do know is I'll be back on the 11th of January, which is a Friday. So worst case scenario is that the next weekly catch up out and about with Trev will be the 15th of January, 2018. So that's the worst case. That's if I can't get any decent internet. But I might very well have something in between. So maybe just keep trawling past and have a look and see what's happening. But I hope everyone has a great Christmas. I hope that everyone has a safe New Year. The Christmas is a horrible time of year for some people. I can't talk to my family. There's been a whole heap of lies told about me to my family, and it actually really frustrates me. And like I say, this time of year is the only time I really think about it. As much as I've got lots of friends, and I value all my friends like you wouldn't believe, but it would be nice to sit down and have a conversation with someone that I actually, share blood with. You know what I mean? There's uncles and what have you, and I don't get how, how I'm the arsehole of the family all of a sudden just because I ended up homeless. And this is what happened. We hear this story so many times that people are respected. I mean, I ran businesses, I employed people, I've worked on amazing stuff. I had contracts. I mean, I've done some awesome stuff. I volunteered with the state emergency. I was involved in saving lives. And then as soon as I ended up homeless, I was just like some piece of shit that nobody wants to talk to, and my family just turned their back on. I aim to shame them by being successful, and there are just times when I'd like to be able to have a chat, but I can't even contact them. Like, people think, oh, why don't you contact them? What actually happened was my mum had all the contact details for the whole family in a book. She went away on a holiday to WA with my sister. That's when my mum died, over in WA. She died, so the book's over there. I asked my sister for a copy of the book. Well, I asked her for the book back, and I was told, well, I'll give you the details you need. I obviously don't need any because I've got none. So I can't even contact people and put my side of anything together. So that's pretty much the frustration. But at least I get to go away on a nice trip. I'll get to spend it with some friends, play with some new equipment. I'll give my new camera a run, go swim in the ocean or something. And we'll see you on the other side. Like I say, I hope everyone has a safe Christmas, and we'll see you in 2018, hopefully with new titles. Cheers, guys.